that is you have never, ever, ever done. Okay? And it's weird. Okay? It's called logic. Some of you might really love it. Okay? And here's the deal about logic. We're only going to just do the very first lessons on logic. It should say chapter 3, logic. It's right here. We got you, Haven. Let's go. All right. So, I can tell you, logic gets extremely difficult, but not in this course. Okay? So maybe if you take something in college, my daughter took a class in college, and the first half I could help her with. The second half, oh my goodness. I said, record your class and let me listen to it. So she recorded her class one time, and I listened to it.
Can you do that?
I think so. And I think today you can. And the professor was talking, this was at Texas Tech, and he would ask a question, and the same person answered it. Only one person, one voice came from the crowd. And she said, yeah, we started with a whole bunch, and we don't have very many left. I said, I think this is one of those classes that if you'll just stick it out, he'll give you a C. You know? It's just stick it out, he'll give you a C. I'm pretty sure it was. Because by the end, like, I don't know. I think if I saw the board while he talked, I could have figured it out. But there was no book, there was nothing, just, it was his notation. His notation was different than what's on the internet. It was really fun. In fact, his tests were, try this, it was partly take home, and he said, try this by yourself for an hour, then get with friends, and then try the internet. You couldn't find anything on the internet, because he had his own notation. It was really fun. Really fun stuff. Alright, so, here we go.
You couldn't find out how to do it on the internet?
I mean, I knew how to do some of it, because from my background, but there's his notation. I didn't understand what his notation was. So
that's the whole
yeah, it's fun.
Stuff changes, like from when you went to college
Yes.
to when I
Oh yeah,
went
it's
to go.
different. Yeah.
So it's completely different.
It is
It's
different.
Just like, how am I supposed to learn?
So this is one of the things is that we never had made up notes because it was too expensive to make copies. Now we make notes for you, and it makes the class go easier because I don't have to say this. All right, but here's in English, in the English language, we use things called statements, okay? And they are just they're just sentences. Just sentences. That's all there is, okay? And they are either clearly true or clearly false. Okay? So it's not an opinion. It's clearly true or clearly false. And those are the ones that we're talking about. Just statements. We're not talking about opinions. We're not talking about questions. We're not talking about exclamations. Those are all not used. Okay? So most things, so this is how we're going to define it. A statement is a sentence that is either true or false, but it can't be true and false at the same time. So Austin is the capital of Texas. That is a true statement, I think. And we're not trying to overthink this and, oh, you might be talking about a kid named Austin. No, generally speaking, most people say, when you say Austin, they don't think of kid, they think of a city. Okay? Let's see, let me think of another one. I went to South Dakota last summer. Now, that's either true or false, right? I either went or I did not go. You might not know if it's true or false. It's true. Okay. All right. So then we take all these statements, okay, and we're going to give them a letter. It's kind of fun stuff, okay? And so we're going to give them, it's called symbolic, and we're just going to give them lowercase. We usually start with P and just go on with that, okay? Okay, so X, Z, X was variables by algebra people. A, B, C, and D are also from algebra, so they're basically taken up, so they kind of grabbed it in the middle, where they're not used very often. However, P and Q are used a lot of different places. They try to keep it away from everybody else, I guess. So here's London is the capital of England. That is, we're going to define P as London is the capital of England. We don't have to write out London is the capital of England. We're just going to have to write P. And if I define it, then I can use it. So William Shakespeare wrote the television series Stranger Things. Did you all know that? It's probably false, right? It seems false to me. Okay. So we're going to let the letter P represent the first statement, letter Q, the second statement. That's all this is. Okay. So what about these four down here at the bottom? Are they statements or are they not statements? Think before you speak. Is that a statement? Is it a statement? As we just define statement, it's either true or false. Is that a true or false thing? No, that's like an opinion or some advice or something like that. So that is not a statement. Does just saying annoy you in everyday conversation?
That's a question.
That's a question, so that's not a statement. The United States has the highest divorce rate in the world. That is a statement. Is it true or is it false? We have no idea. It's just a statement. Right? Titanic is the greatest movie of all time. That's an opinion. So that is not a statement. Alright, so what I'm saying is, part of our next test is, I'm going to write 4 statements, or 4 things, or 5 things, or whatever it is, and you have to tell me which ones are statements. Piece of cake. You got it. You already understand. It has to be either true or false.
Make us feel like we're stupid.
No, we just finished the 6th grade. This is higher level. This is college math. Because no high school course does this. That was the first time. We're rock and rolling now.
You know what?
You ready?
No, it's okay.
Yeah. We've left the 6th grade. Trust me, we will leave it. Yeah, there's a part that we are go back to 6th grade. Measurement. But just say, okay, those are going to be easy questions.
I'm not complaining.
I'm not either. I'm not even teaching either because it helps pass the course. I mean, it's like get the easy ones right. If you get the hard ones wrong, it's okay. All right, now, so there's the definition, okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a thing called we're going to negate the statement, okay. So if I say London is the capital of England, to negate it, I'm going to say London is not the capital of England. It's easy, right? And the negation of today is not Wednesday is today is Wednesday. Except that's not a good one. Okay? I mean, it works. Yes, it works. There's another way of saying it. I'm not writing this one. You can say, it is not true that today is not Wednesday. And now this does make your English teachers cringe because we have double negatives. But you can do it that way as well. It is not true that today is not Wednesday. Okay, don't worry about that. We will use that phrase, it is not true, to negate things in the future. So we'll get there. But I don't think it's in lesson 1. All right, so what's the negation of Paris as the capital of Spain?
Paris is not the capital.
Yeah, so we don't have to do those, right? Okay. So we need symbols. Remember we said P is, what did we say P is, is that what we defined P was? London is the capital of England, okay? And so we're going to say, oh, guess what? If P is London, then we're going to say not P. That little squiggly means not. And that's the negation of a statement. Okay? This is why English people hate math people. Because we take their language and we can make it concise. And we don't care about your opinions, your questions, or your advice. Tell me your statements. And then English people get mad because there's no flowery words. All right, that's okay. So, today, let's let P equal. Today is my birthday. Okay. And then not P would be today is not my birthday. Easy squeezy, right? You think you're, but the thing about this is it makes us overconfident. Okay? We're fixing to get to the good part. Okay. We have to just kind of start with some basics.
Of course, it can't just be easy.
No, it's not. Okay. Remember, here it is right here. It is new that works as well for negation. All right. So moving on. There are some statements though that are not so easy to think about. Okay. So all writers are poets. Okay. All writers are poets. That happens to be a false statement, right? But it's a statement. Okay, so what they said all of something are something else. Like, and you listen to people, they say statements like this. Everybody is doing this. I guarantee you not everyone's doing this. Okay, so this is the hard part. This is the hard part of this whole place. We will struggle with this for a while. Okay? But they're called quantified statements. Quantified statements. If you want the book, this is a book, but if you want to just use my book, you can just use my book. I'm going to make sure that this... See, they have them backwards. Okay. So there's 4 ways that quantified statements come up. All of something or something else. Then somebody put, some people are bigots. I would agree with that statement. Some people are bigots. Some of A are B. Bigot is somebody who doesn't like somebody because of the color of their skin. See, I think bigotry, there's a lot of bigots in this world. I don't think there's a lot of racial people, racists. Because I have a different definition for racist. I can be racist against somebody because against a student, because I have power over the student. I have power of their grade. So I can say, oh, he has brown skin, I'm going to grade him harder, or I'm going to give him less grade. That's a racist thing. Okay. A bigot is, I don't like you but we're on the same level. Like I need somebody with a different skin color. But you can hate somebody, but you guys are two pasty girls. All right. Can't tell where your shoes start. Whoa. That's okay. Anyway.
My socks are the only thing keeping my legs.
There you go. All right. And then anyway, that's bigotry and racism. I think there's a lot of bigots in the world, but they don't have any power over the other race. So you'll be an idiot. I don't care. All right. No common colds are fatal. So no of A are B. So look at. Okay. It is true. Common cold will never kill you.
Actually,
No, and everybody has.
You could get pneumonia.
Yeah, but then
Well,
pneumonia, pneumonia kills you, but the cold doesn't kill you.
You got it from the cold.
No, they don't. No.
Technically,
All right.
but the
All right,
cold
and
itself-
then some students do not work hard. So we have some of A are B, some of A are not B, all of A are something, no A are something. Okay, so there's 4 ways. It works out. Okay, they can be written in 2 ways. So the first one is all writers are poets. Another way of writing this,
Not all men.
this is weird. There are no poets that are not writers. Who are not writers.
It's a horrible English class.
Yes. However, that is okay.
The speaker.
Okay, so yes, if you want to be succinct, all writers are poets. But if you want to write it a different way, say there are no poets that are not writers. Oh shoot, I messed it up. There are no. This should be. I would do this. I do this with the writers and the poets every time.
That's what I was thinking. I was like,
Okay, sorry. Those should be switched. Okay, so the A and B do not switch. There are no writers that are not poets. Okay, shoot. Okay, so another way to write, some people are bigots. How many people do you have to be some? One. There is at least one person that is a bigot. Okay? So when somebody says, "Oh, so some people are bigots." Okay, so if somebody says that, then it's like, well, one person or almost everybody. That's not a very strong statement. Okay. No common colds are fatal. All common colds. Yep. Are not fatal. Now, let me tell you about quantified statements. We're going to spend a lot of time in class here going over them, and when we review for the test, we'll go do that, and you still might miss them on the test. However, they're just a small part, very, very small part of this class. So, we're talking points, not anything major. So, get what you can get. Some students do not work.
the test, or are we doing it like computer?
I grade the first 4, and then it's an online final that is graded.
The first 4 would be like.
Yeah, I write them, but I have a tendency to write pretty thorough tests. Yeah. There's only 6 of you or so it's gonna be easy. Some students do not work hard. Okay, so not all students. That some students are not all students work hard. Some students are not B, so not all students are B.
This is confusing because it kind of seems like we're like making them, like negating them.
We're about to.
I know, but like doing it that way kind of seems like we are, and then we're about to.
Yeah, there's a part of your homework that you have to rewrite them. So you'll need this, okay? And if you'll look, you can just don't worry. We're getting to something that will help you clarify it.
Why
All
is
right,
this getting hard?
all right. Keep going. Ready? Now let's negate. If all writers are poets, if the statement says, if someone said all writers are poets, how do you negate that? Not all of them, or at least one is not. Right? Is that okay? Or some writers. Did you say some writers?
You said not all.
Are not poets. And some can be one, correct?
What's the difference between some and not all?
Probably not much. Nothing. But you. Okay, that's a good question though. See, I'd probably let that slide. But then I think, am I supposed to let that slide? I don't know. You'll see as you do your homework. You'll see that probably won't. It's probably gonna be multiple choice, and you won't have that choice.
I need to find
Yeah, I just want to know.
If someone says all writers are poets, to negate it, all I have to do is find one writer, some, to
Yeah.
not be a poet.
like the first thing that comes to mind when you like negate all writers are poets, not all writers are poets.
Yeah, I just got it.
Not all writers. Yeah, no.
Unless we just have to put a double negative because when we put all writers and poets, then it's just possible negative.
Let me finish the 4 and see if it makes sense. I'm telling you, I've never had a class not struggle with this. So, I've tried to teach it different ways.
So easy, I don't understand
Okay.
why we're struggling.
So if someone says some people are bigots, how do you negate that one?
At least one person is a bigot.
At least one person is a bigot.
No.
That's still some.
Oh, no, all people are, not all people are bigots.
No.
No people
Nope.
No people are bigots.
That's not English.
are bigots.
I was gonna
No.
say that, like I looked at the no ARB.
Very good. Yep. You did exactly right.
That wasn't English.
No people are bigots. Some people are bigots. Nope. There's not a single person who's bigot. Now I can negate no people are bigots really easily. All I have to do is find one, right? And let's prove that wrong. No common colds are fatal. How do you do that one?
Some common culture.
Yeah. Some. I'm gonna tell you. Some of you are gonna pick this up pretty quick, and some we're gonna struggle, right? And then the opposite, or not the opposite, the negation of some students do not work hard. All students work hard. All right. Here's the deal. Right here's the answers. Down here at the bottom. Okay, so here's the original. Here's how to rewrite, and then just follow the arrow, and that's how you negate. And that's how I'll grade. But that's how your homework will be set up as well. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you the most important part is that P and not P. The most important part of 3-1 is P and not P, because we aren't going to do quantified statements anymore. There's just one little part of this thing, and it is confusing. I wish we would not do it, because it causes too much frustration, and I think logic. There's so much better stuff with logic. I wish we would add a section instead of do that one, but I'm not in charge, so whatever. Okay, so P, not P, knowing what that means a statement. What is a statement? And you already got that. Okay, so there's 3.1, and oh no, it's not. Oh, these are just examples. Okay, so here's how it works in the real world. I do like this one. Okay, so your school board or somebody says all new tax dollars will be used to improve education. However, he was lying. So what can you conclude?
No new text.
No.
Some.
At least $1. The opposite of all is at least one didn't get used. Some. I like to say at least one, but some.
Well, what's the difference
Because
between
some-
one and some?
Some
You
is
don't
what
write
they.
at least one. You just think at least one is some.
That's what they want. They want us to use some. That's all. That's all I got. Okay. And I don't know if it's something super formal that I don't know about. Okay.
So I.
So what's the? Okay. Here we go. Ready?
It's college. Come on, sis.
Some students are business majors. What's the negation of some students are business majors? No students?
Oh, negation?
Negation.
Oh, yeah, no students.
No students. No students are business majors, or no students are not business majors.
No students are business majors. because it
So
would,
I'm gonna tell you.
it would
No,
say
not. It would be.
it
the
would
same
be
thing.
no students of business.
I go back here to this chart every time. So some A R B, some A R B. I go up here, no A R B, and you guys are right. Okay.
Because if you want to put the double negative, then it would just
Okay.
cancel.
Um,
The same statement. Just written, not English.
some students do not come to class prepared.
At least one student.
The negation of some
No.
do not come to class prepared.
No.
Um,
Some students do not come to class prepared. All students come to class prepared.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Very good. I'm gonna tell you, some of your minds are really good at this. Mine's
I
not.
have to think of them.
But you
Yeah,
did
I
good.
have to like break it down. Like, okay, what is actually the opposite?
Like, what is it? What is it?
What is it actually saying? Well,
What
let's
is
do-
it saying?
let's do one
Like,
more.
What is the opposite? No overhead dogs.
Shred couches.
All behave dogs.
No.
Shred couches.
No,
are
if somebody says
No.
nobody does this,
Some well-behaved dogs shred couches.
yeah. You're getting it. You got. I mean, I think you got it, and you're
Yeah.
getting it, and I always feel like I'm improving. Okay, so all right. So there's 3.1, and we're gonna stop there, but then we're gonna go on to the next chapter.